Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your boy, The Sean Davey Way Show. Please hit that like and subscribe on the way in and tap that bell if you would like to be notified of all of our future content. Today, I bring you a video on a missing Ohio girl who was 13 years old and her name was Kei'Mani Latigue. Shout out to the New York Post. Missing Ohio girl 13 found unalived RAPED'd with her hands cut off. A 13-year-old Ohio girl was discovered unalived RAPED'd with her hands severed inside of an abandoned home. The police shot and arrested her animal father, who appeared on TV to raise awareness about her disappearance the next day. Kei'Mani Latigue's mutilated body was found in a burned-out house in Toledo on Monday, 6 days after her family reported her missing in what one cop described as one of the most horrific cases I've ever heard. Quote, "This is an absolute animal that came into our town," Columbus Police Lieutenant Brian Steele told WCMH. Steele said Kei'Mani, who was just days away from her 14th birthday, was found with her hands removed and her head nearly chopped off on the second floor of the vacant home. Authorities have also determined that the teenager had been RAPED'd. An autopsy on Tuesday confirmed that she passed away of multiple incised wounds of the neck, according to the coroner's report. Family members were pleading with the public to help find Kei'Mani. Her father, Darnell Jones, appeared on local news and said he last saw his daughter the night of March 16th after she called him to say she was scared to be home alone. Quote, "It seemed like somebody was trying to break into the house," the 33-year-old claimed his daughter told him, and said he drove over to the house around 12:30 a.m. Kei'Mani lived with her grandmother, Dorothy Latigue, who was not home at the time, and two dogs. Kei'Mani's mother, Tiara Costin, said she last saw her daughter on March 15th when Jones brought the girl to her home. Quote, "Apparently my mother gave him permission, and honestly, it was just loving on my kid. We played the video games," she told WTVG, adding that Kei'Mani would only go to school, play basketball, and go home. When Dorothy Latigue came home, she found the house in disarray, with the teen's underclothes by the couch and her pajamas on the dining room floor. The stove was on, and Kei'Mani's keys and glasses, which she couldn't see without, were still there. The grieving grandmother told WTVG after Jones gave inconsistent statements to Toledo police about Kei'Mani's whereabouts and what the two did together, cops issued a warrant for his arrest on Sunday, according to charging documents. Her body was discovered the following day. Authorities additionally charged Jones, who was on the run, with unaliving his daughter and felonious assault. Officials have not identified a motive for the disturbing KILLING. Jones was tracked down in Columbus, about 2 hours south of Toledo, where he was shot in a SWAT team operation. Police said he had a weapon. He was taken to a hospital where he underwent surgery, and a vehicle believed to be connected to the case was seized as evidence. Quote, "You pull a GUN at officers, and as we said many times, this is the outcome you could expect," Steele said. The horrific unaliving has left the Toledo community shaken. A spokesperson for Toledo Public Schools said Kei'Mani was due to be presented with a Kindness Award this week and had been on her elementary school's honor roll. Side note, rest in peace to Kei'Mani Latigue, poor thing. I hate these type of stories because there's never really any resolve with them. It's more so of us being left with our jaws dropped and just a bunch of sadness. Even arrests being made and stuff causes a small relief, but her being alive would have been just. And since she's not, there's truly no justice in a case like this. Kei'Mani had been missing for about 6 days. Her father was the last person known to have contacted and seen her alive. So when police questioned him, the first story they went with, but then characteristics of his story started to change. So that's when they started to side-eye him. There was additional information given to the police by multiple sources, and we will get into those people as well. I just wanted to start off so that people knew the story and what we were talking about before we dive deeper. There's been rumor that there's more than one person than Darnell that came over there when Kei'Mani allegedly spoke to him on the phone and said that she was scared to be home alone. I do not believe that there are multiple suspects when it comes to someone coming to the home besides Darnell. I think Darnell came there alone, and I don't think Kei'Mani told him that she was scared. I believe that Darnell came over there because he knew that she was alone. I believe with Kei'Mani being 13 years old, that was not the first time she was left at home alone. And it is completely legal for her to be at home alone because she is babysitting age, and her grandmother didn't leave her without any support, meaning she could just call her, or she wasn't that far away if anything was to happen. When the police questioned Darnell, he said that his daughter said she was afraid to be alone. Why would Kei'Mani not say something to her grandmother about being afraid being there alone when she is the primary caregiver? That does not add up. Why would she call her father and not her grandmother? Even if she did tell her father that, her grandmother would have been privy to that information too, because that's who Kei'Mani trusts. Also, Darnell states that his daughter Kei'Mani told him it seemed like somebody was trying to break into the house. If anyone was trying to break in, it was Darnell. I believe that Darnell was probably scoping and around the home, and maybe it freaked her out. So she did call him, and I still don't believe that has any truth to it because the grandmother has no knowledge of that. Why would she not call her grandmother if she thinks that someone's trying to break into the house? And why would she not also call 911? Her being 13 years old and an honor roll student, she's smart enough to know that if someone's trying to break in, do not try and pursue the person to hide and call 911. She did neither thing. So I don't believe that story at all. Another thing, when it comes to Kei'Mani being assaulted in the home as aid, I believe it happened at her grandmother's home. Her undergarments, her pajamas, the things that she had on her body was not on her when they found her. Even her glasses that she could not see without. All of that stuff was left at her grandmother's home. And with her garments being discarded in the living room area where she was sitting on the couch, I believe the assault took place there. And I believe Kei'Mani was removed from the home after. And everything that happened to her either happened in a vehicle or happened at the abandoned home in Toledo. I do, however, think it's very possible that afterwards, when he took her body to Toledo to the abandoned home, that there could have been assailants that helped him with that process. And you could tell that they're very stupid because removing her hands and removing her head does not mean that they would not have been able to identify her body or identify that it was Kei'Mani Latigue there with those things being removed from her. So I think that the people that were doing that are not very bright because you still got caught, and two, we still knew who she was. This is a missing girl. She matches the criteria, the height, all of those things still match. The weight, removing her hands and her head would not have done anything because still you tried to do so and she has still been identified. So it's not the smartest people to do this. So it does give that one person could have done this, which I believe was Darnell. Rest in peace to Kei'Mani Latigue. I will be bringing you more pieces of this story as it develops. Again, this is a very new story, so I want to make sure I handle it delicately. I love you all, and until the next video, rest in peace, Kei'Mani. Bye.